You know what's scarier than a ghost in your attic? The person living 15 feet away from you with a shovel, a secret, and absolutely zero chill. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into 3 true neighbor horror stories that'll make you want to move to a deserted island. And trust me, after story number 3, you'll be double checking every lock in your house tonight. Let's get into it. Picture this. You're the perfect neighbor. You bring over casseroles when someone's sick. You loan out your tools. You mind your own business. You're basically a suburban saint. But what happens when your kindness puts you face to face with something you were never supposed to see? Story number 1. The shovel. Our first story comes from a guy we'll call Tim. 5 years ago, his neighbor Charlie's 14-year-old son vanished. Poof, gone. Police investigation, news coverage, the whole tragic nightmare. Tim and his wife did what any decent humans would do. They offered support, brought over meals, never asked the uncomfortable questions. Fast forward 5 years. The grief has settled into this uncomfortable new normal. Charlie's wife Kathy barely speaks anymore. Charlie himself, nervous energy dialed up to 11. Then one night, Charlie needs to borrow a shovel. Now here's where Tim makes his first mistake. He doesn't ask why, just hands over his best shovel like a trusting fool. Because that's what neighbors do, right? Wrong. Tim glances out his upstairs window and sees Charlie digging a hole. Not like a cute little garden hole. We're talking this is definitely big enough for something human-sized hole. Being the helpful guy he is, Tim grabs his second shovel and heads over to help. Big mistake. Charlie drops the shovel, rushes over, and basically tells Tim to get lost. I'm not talking polite, no thanks vibes. This is full on, I will not allow you to use that shovel in my backyard energy. Points to the gate like Tim's a disobedient dog. So Tim does what any reasonable person would do after getting weirdly rejected. He goes full on FBI surveillance mode from his window. Charlie digs for another half hour. Then he does that classic paranoid look around thing, checking if anyone's watching. And guess what? He locks eyes with Tim at the window. Busted. Now, if you think that's creepy, just wait. Because what happens at 1:30 in the morning is about to crank this story from weird neighbor behavior to call the police territory. Tim can't sleep. Because of course he can't. At 1:30 a.m., he hears it, the unmistakable sound of a shovel hitting dirt. He sneaks outside, peeks over the fence, and watches Charlie digging in the darkness. The second Charlie goes inside, Tim makes his move. He creeps into the backyard, looks down into the hole, and what does he see? A black garbage bag, partially buried. In the moonlight, Tim's brain is screaming 2 words, missing son. He debates opening the bag. 3 times he looks between the hole and Charlie's back door. 3 times, but survival instincts kick in, and he bolts back to his own yard literally seconds before Charlie returns. Next morning, holes completely filled in. Charlie's SUV is mysteriously parked on the street instead of the driveway. And here's the kicker. Charlie never returns the shovel. Just starts avoiding Tim completely.